apologise, I think we are now on the air, sorry. We had some technical issues which were preventing us getting on the air for a while there, and we are now back online. You join us as Pontefract have a free kick on the edge of Stocksbridge's box. So we will go through that and then we'll go through the teams again for you. We do apologise. There's some complaints from the Pontefract bench. Takes a shot, drilled in and blocked by the wall and then cleared away by Curtis Turner. But Pontefract will try and keep this attack going. They spread it out to right towards Boyle. Headed away by Tinker and it goes out for a throw. So Pontefract will have a throw in here and they're going to go for a Jack Greenough long throw. Goes in, head up into the air. Townsend will look, claim it. He juggles it, and then Charles clears off the line. The Pontefract fought it, crossed it, but a foul had been given on Townsend. So back now with Ben Townsend, who will house this on the edge of the 6-yard area. We'll go for the team sheet again. So for Stocksbridge, it's Ben Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesoff, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, who's the captain, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggledon, Oliver Gregslack, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, James White, and Thomas Poole. The bench is Jordan Lemon, Elliot Murray, Ash Butterworth, Harrison Poulter, and Jack Dolman. So Pontefract are through here. Louis Charlton into the box. He's taken out far too wide though. Tinker's been put on his bottom here, back in the middle, and then a skewed shot. The ball gets headed in, clawed away by Townsend. Edge of the box for Pontefract. Walker gets it out into Boyle again. Out to Charlton. Charlton puts a high teasing one into the box. Townsend just punches it over his own goal. Pontefract. Right, I've got a corner kick. So it looked like Boyle had messed up his shot, but it turned into a really good cross, and it was headed towards goal by Bailey Thompson, clawed away by Townsend, and Stockbridge put under some pressure in a back and forth game. Corner kick from the left-hand side of Pontefract. We'll go through their team after this. Headed away by Owen, but it goes across the entire 6-yard area after he does it. And it's going to go out for another corner kick. Actually, William, having a look. He's gone out for us for a throw in. We're just having to watch where he's gone on the flag. It does look like it will be a corner kick, I believe. But you see, now it will actually be a throw. It's Jack Greenough who is going to take it. So. Throwing for Pontefract will be a long throw though. Towards that 6-yard area. Owen heads up into the air and then headed towards the edge of the area. Goes to Walker. Gets it out to Greenough on the right hand side. Takes a touch. Met by Turner. Makes another good tackle out for a throw-in. Pontefract having a really good spell of possession at the moment and putting the Steels go under some real trouble. Ball goes in. Headed away from the 6-yard area again. And it's another foul from Pontefract that stops that attack on another one on Ben Townsend. Steels will get away with that for now, but we've put under pressure. Barnes here taking the lead against Wigan Athletic. Keeler Dunn, the scorer. So back with Townsend now for the goal kick. Some goals to tell you about elsewhere. Sherwood Colliery in the bottom 4 have taken the lead against Brighouse Town. Puts Brighouse into a bit of trouble that, but means 2 of the bottom 4 are currently winning. Sherwood and Liversidge are desperately trying to get any points they can to stay alive. So you know, because Liversidge are leading in Sheffield FC and Ossett United are leading against Dunstan at the moment. The 6 score in our league are 0-0. Ball is going forward. Look for Austin, who heads it on well, but cleared away. Out, Turner heads it forward, but O'Connor claims. Heads it forward, but intercepted by Jack Boyle. Back to Greenough, who nice diagonal ball. It's going to find Michael Dunby in good space. Gets through Charlesoff, and then a touch takes him behind. Charles able to get back in position. Puts it sideways here now to Boyle. Finds Greenough on the overlap. Greenough here, putting the crossing towards the near post. Cleared away by Owen. Out for a throw-in on that near side. Pontefract are in a really good spell of play at the moment. They'll just need to take advantage. It's better than the entirety of the 90 minutes at the start of this month. The ball goes in and it's clear to the edge of the box, drilled in, taking a bit of a deflection, and Townsend's reaction saves it. Adam Watson almost scoring in the 6-yard area. Stocksbridge haven't really woke up at the moment. They had some good early moments, but now need to just liven themselves back up again. Back with Townsend, who sends it forward, looking for Rawson, taking the touch, and then it's cleared away only to Tinker. Out it goes, and then away over to Turner, who gets it out to back to Poole, takes it down on his chest well, trying to find Grezlak with the pass, but the run's been well read by Walker, but then Walker had a bit of problems there, and he had to knock out for a throw, and Grezlak just keeping on him for a bit longer than I think Walker expected him to. So should have given the ball over from the throw-in, and it's a really good pass looking for Charlton, but Townsend out to his goal quickly to clear that away. Into midfield it goes, and it's a smacker of a ball from Metcalf that comes off O'Connor, and then the offside flag goes up as it finds Charlton, who has been really good in this game so far. So O'Connor will have a bruise from that ball later on. Back with Ben Townsend now. Who will send this ball forward. He's looking for Rawson, but headed away by Watson. Charles will be the first man onto the ball. He has to get it first time to Poole. Poole gets to past Harry Sprout with a little feint. Poole now putting the cross in. It's blocked, and it will be Stocksbridge's first corner of the game. Finally, Stocksbridge, after just withstanding that barrage from Pontefract, have got a set piece of their own, and Curtis Turner will go over to take it. So good opportunity now for Stocksbridge from this set piece. So Turner standing over it. Plenty of options like Elliot Owen, Paul Eagleton, Luke Rawson, James Morris, lots of big men in this team. Ball going into that middle. Eagleton gets it's off the bar and then hooked away. And it looks like there was a free kick there being given towards Pontefract in this. It may not have counted. Eagleton's right was the highest out of everyone there. It's just smacked off the middle of the bar. But I believe that Eagleton has been penalised for going on the shoulders of his defender during that. So it wouldn't have counted even had it gone in. Something that this referee Abid, who's saying seems to be paying attention a lot, is this, that melee that happens in the box when players are going on the top of other players and getting on goalkeepers. It's something that he's paying attention to. Ball forward from Richardson, but being intercepted by Grezlak. Grezlak looking at that second ball, but Walker's won it off him. Walker can't keep it in though, so Stocksbridge have the throw in. So, now it's chatting for the throw in, and Stocksbridge have looked good when going forward in this game so far. Kick it thrown down to Rawson. Turns his man well, but that little push seems to have worked. But then the last touch, I thought it came off Adam Watson there, the last touch, but the referee has not spotted that, and it will be a goal kick. I thought it looked like Adam Watson had got the better of Rawson, then a little push had worked for him, but then I thought Watson just going to nick onto it and had let himself down, but the referee has bailed him out on that one. Goal kick for Heath Richardson. Carlton Town are ahead against North Ferriby in that two teams fighting for the playoffs. I'll let you know how that changes the playoff picture in a second. As Owen gets shoved over by Bailey Thompson. Free kick to Stocksbridge. 16 minutes gone, 0-0 here. So in an update to what the league table looks like now, with Carlton Town beating North Ferriby, Carlton Town now move into the playoffs into 4th spot. We are currently in 7th. We started the day in 6th place. Townsend now sending the ball forward, looking for Rawson, but cleared away. But then it goes out to Rawson, spreads it out to Charles. Charles will take the touch. He's got targets to aim at, but it's a poor cross that Richards were able to claim. A few people thinking it might just outfox the keeper, but Richardson collected it pretty calmly in the end. Ball going forward. Headed on by Metcalf, but it's just going to go back to Owen, who clears it out, but then returned by Watson, and it's just going to go to the box, and Townsend able to claim it. So Townsend just taking his time with becoming what has been a frantic game so far, and really quite exciting. Both teams showing teeth in attack so far. Townsend saying for Rawson's looking to win that header, and he does win it, but then it just falls to Watson, who just gets it away, moves on to right hand side. Charles will watch it as it goes out for a throw-in. There's going to be a stoppage here as well, as it looks like Adam Watson has pulled something as he was clearing that away. So we're just going to have a brief stoppage while Watson just gathers his breath and returns to the defence. Back to Charlesworth. Launching it downfield, but easy enough for Spratt to clear away. Owen heads it out to the right. Charles then sends one dangling into the air, and Rawson going for it. Very arms and from Daniel Burns, and he gets it away. Iggulden will track it as it goes out for a throw-in, and a chance for Pontefract to try and pen the steals in. So back for Charlesworth to take the throw. Charlesworth taking his time with it now. Will send that ball downhill, looking for Rawson. Heads it into the middle, but intercepted by Walker, who gets forward. And Pontefract spreading out well, and there's some space for Jack Greenough, who's got a good eye for goal here. Gets it out to Charlton. Charlton put across the 6-yard area, well blocked by Curtis Turner, helping in defence, who's trying to dribble it out at the moment, and he's got himself into a bit of trouble here before eventually clearing it away. Goes out right, and Rawson fighting for it, and bounce away from him, and then Rawson trips Walker. It's a free kick to Pontefract. Pontefract certainly better than when we faced them at the start of the month. 20 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Jack Boyle to take this free kick. Taking his time now, right footed, diagonal into the box. Iggulden, good header away, but stays in the box. Volley goes in, and then it's Rawson who makes the block. It goes over the bar and out for a corner kick. Rawson was not gambling on Townsend being able to get to that. Jack Boyle will go to take this corner. Sherwood Colliery now 2-0 up on Brighouse. Charlie Clements the scorer. Corner going in, looks at that far post. It comes off the bar. Townsend's racing to be the first man onto it. He does, he gets it away. He can be way out to his goal though as Walker returns it in. It's gone into the box, and then before Townsend can get into his area, Stocksbridge able to clear. Now another shot's going to go in. Iggulden with a header away, and then Tinker gets his foot onto it, and he has the time just to calmly send this forward. Look for Grejlak, falls to Grejlak, just comes off his backside, and he was offside anyway. I think he was at Pontefract with the free kick. I mean, Ian Richards lecturing the linesman here, saying he wasn't offside. Cardiff City are 1-0 up on Sheffield Wednesday with Davis the scorer. It's now back for Richardson to take this free kick. Pontefract probably having the edge of this game so far. Here comes Richardson, drilling that ball, looking to get it diagonally across, and then he gets that headed into the box, but Owen will just monitor that, but I think it might have just come off his... I thought that had come off his foot then as it was going out to play, but referee doesn't agree, and it will be a goal kick. I think it just hit a bobble in the pitch instead. And I guess that's what the referee thought would happen in the other end as well. We're going to be nice to our referee, Abby Hussain. Try to be until it gets towards the end and I'm wound up. Townsend slices that one a bit as it heads up into the air and comes off Rawson's back to Poole. Poole sending it forward to Morris. Morris moving into the box on the left hand side. He's got 2 men ahead of him. Tries to put the ball in. It's blocked by Greenough. Morris will recycle it. Back to O'Connor. O'Connor now getting to the touchline, and he's going to get pushed off the ball there by Metcalf, and then in, comes off, and it will, it will be a Pontefract throw-in right next to the flag. So back now with Greenoff for the throw-in. Sending it down the line, and Owen will head it away. Morris is fighting for it, but loses out that fight to Watson. Then Greenoff tries to clear it, blocked by Morris, and it comes out for a throw-in. A Pontefract throw-in. Despite Jordan Lemon's protests on the bench in front of us. Greenoff launching it forward. Owen heads away, comes off the back of Thompson though. Reslak touches it onto Tinker, and then there's going to be a free kick given as Thompson just left one on Elliot Owen, and Bailey Thompson's been summoned over by Abid Hussain, who is going to get a talking to now. And we'll see if he ends up in the book for it, because he's been penalised for a few fouls already. Well, he's going to talk to Crawley Town at 1-0 upon Rotherham United. Doyle the scorer. Jack Greenoff also being summoned over, the captain. As Townsend is going to be the one taking this free kick. So we're continuing to see the conversation here between Bailey and Hussain, and Bailey Thompson will not be booked for now. Though I've got to imagine he's on his final warning after that. So Townsend will have this free kick. It's about 8 to 10 yards inside his own half. Townsend now will clip this one in, look to get it towards the edge of the area, but head away by Pontefract, and O'Connor can only head up into the air, and then Pontefract able to get it away. Charlesworth returns it forward, and no one gamble on the ball going in. It's easy enough for Richardson to deal with. Richardson getting away, getting out to that right hand side, and Tinker push it, heads it away, gets a push in his back. Okay, the fans are getting more and more frustrated as Thompson gets the touch, gets down to the right to Greenoff. Greenoff, acres of space as he slides it in, but then Owen gets the touch and the clearance. He's trying to get away to prevent it going out for a corner. Gets it out to O'Connor, now out to Morris. Morris gets tackled by Metcalf, out for a Stocksbridge throw. Ian Richards getting frustrated with the referee for missing some of the physicality of the Pontefract attack. Back for a Tinker for a throw-in. Taking his time with it, Jack Tinker. And now we'll send this down over the top of everyone, and then Poole controls it, flicks it on for Rawson. Rawson looks for two. Grayslak appeals for offside and not given. Grayslak gets beyond the slide tackle, edge of the box, tries to put the crossing, misses everyone, and then Jack Ball able to clear it and gets out to Greenoff, who had pushed up higher than you'd think he would. Gets it forward now, and then he goes out for a Ponte throw. Greenoff with the throw. Nice play by Stocksbridge again, just the final pass just not there. But you can see where the goal will come from for Stocksbridge today if they can find it. Greenoff launching the ball downfield, headed away into Turner, who controls well and is keeping the ball on the ground to O'Connor. Tries to get it back in the middle, but blocked and out for another throw-in. Tinker will have this throw. More goals to tell you about. Emily are 1-0 up on Ashington AFC. It's a good scoreline for Pontefract, that. And Sherwood are now 3-0 up on Brighouse. So Ashington could end up dropping into the bottom four here. The ball headed out, and Charlesworth gets the foot onto it. Out it goes, and well won there by Grayslak. Leaves it for Charlesworth, who charges forward. Charlesworth gets it out to Grayslak, who's been forced out wide here, close to his own to the flag. Out to Turner, who's got a bit of space, but then the tackle goes in on him, and Pontefract able to get it away. Thompson flicks it into the middle. Can't find Charlton though. It's intercepted and out back to Owen. Owen sending it forward. It can't keep. Well, it does stay just about in play, but it's going to be easy enough for Spratt to just boot that one out. Iggulden's tracking it, and it's a difficult one to track. He has to pass it back to Townsend. Townsend drills it forward to Charlesworth. Back to Iggulden, who launches it away. Poole going to challenge for it and takes a touch, but it's going to go out. It will be a Pontefract throw. surprised, I've just noticed Wombwell Town, who are fighting for promotion against Horbury today. Appleby Froddingham today. They are losing 1-0. Ball goes forward here. Turner looks to win the 50-50. Comes away with it. Slow down a bit though. Out wide here to Morris. Turner's taken out during that. Morris then stumbles over it, but it will look like a free kick will be given for the earlier foul on Curtis Turner. Morris there played himself down a bit with it. Just didn't get the ball under control like he'd have wanted to. But Stocksbridge will get a second chance of it through this free kick. So Townsend, who's going to take this free kick just inside Pontefract's half. High lofty one, going to go right into the area. Owen has to drop deep, heads it on. No one's there for the gamble, and Richardson will get it. But there is going to be a stoppage because there is a clash of heads. And it's the Pontefract defender who's down, and we will look to identify him. Haven't seen his number just yet. And he looks like there's a bit of a cut on his head. Cleethorpes Town have taken the lead against Bradford Park Avenue. Curtis Bateson, the scorer. We'll put them 9 points above second place Emily. Emily will have 5 games to overtake Cleethorpes, including one against us on Easter Monday. So we're getting a lengthy stoppage now. As the Pontefract player gets treatment, so we still haven't been able to identify him. We just need a bit of treatment here. Just seen it. Elliot Owen and James Morris having a bit of a heated discussion in front of us on the bench. He's unhappy about something that's happening during the game, but Elliot Owen is going to be someone who definitely captains a team at some point. He was the one who seemed to be the man calming things down. Liversedge are leading 2-0 against Sheffield FC, now in that 6-pointer at the bottom end of the table. Sheffield FC that will be 10 points behind 18th place Ashington with 5 games to go. They would need to average at least 2 points a game to even have a chance of overtaking Ashington and getting out of the relegation zone. It does look like their time in the Northern Premier League is slowly coming to an end. So treatment still continuing. It's on Adam Watson, the man who's received this cut, and you've got to imagine he's going to have to go off for a bit, probably just to change his shirt into the blood shirt that team's carrying. I don't think there's anything out of malice from it, but it does happen every so often. Obviously there'll have to be a concussion check as well, as it's something that we need to take very, very seriously, just as a sport in general. And we have unfortunately, as a sport, not taken it seriously for many, many years before now, and thankfully that has been changing. Sometimes progress can be slow. Adam Watson, good. You can just see his head's a bit dyed, it seems, after that one. So he's going to just need, I think, a bit of a change. If he's not got any of that on his shirt, I will be shocked. And yeah, you can just see there's a bit of a crimson mask, as if he's a Attitude Era WWE wrestler, as he goes to just get it cleaned up a bit more. Pontefract temporarily down to 10 men following that. Jack Steers could end up coming on if need be. But he does look okay to continue, but it will depend on his concussion check, I'm sure, as well. Ball going forward and pushed off, but then O'Connor will return it, and it goes into the defence and out for Burns. Owen will head it away. O'Connor looks to get it, and then first the ball with Pontefract, and it goes, but despite their appeals for a free kick, it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. So taking from the middle to Turner, brings it down well, evades tackle from Dunn. Turner sending over the top looking for Rawson, but intercepted by the header of Metcalf, cleared away. Owen will challenge for it, gets it forward to Turner, gets it caught in his feet a bit, Turner, but then gets it outright to Charlesworth. See Greenoff is now in centre back, while Metcalf at the right back, while Watson off the pitch. Poole trying to get the ball forward, but blocked back with Poole. He Turner very close to him, but he gets out to Tinker. Tinker in the middle to Morris, who then loses the ball, but back with Tinker, who spreads out to O'Connor. First touch to Rawson on the left, trying to get it beyond for the run of O'Connor, blocked and out for a throw-in. Looking out to Turner, then back to Tinker. In the middle to O'Connor, then back to Turner. Some nice passing at the moment. He's going to spread it out to Charlesworth on the right, who's got a bit of space. Tries to get it into the middle towards Morris, who gets a touch on it, but then out to play for a goal kick. James Morris there, just not really getting the output that you want him to so far in this game. I'll try and keep up to date with some of the other scorelines coming from other leagues that could come up into our division. We've already got one team that will be in the Northern Counties East next year, well, barring dramatics with the different ground gradings and divisions and all that, but Silsden were promoted last Saturday, so a Bradford trip awaits the Steel should we end up staying in this division. This is back. We won't see approaching for a while in the Northern League. Redcar Athletic only 3 points ahead of Shildon. 4 games left in that game. Tinker throws ability to Turner, who trips over the ball but still on it. Gets it now to Tinker, who goes forward, trying to find O'Connor but loses the ball, and Pontefract will clear it out. And then, Louis Charlton there went down very easily into Morris, screamed and got the free kick in that one. And that's it. Well, it was a bit of a poor one from the referee, to be honest, to buy that one. We're getting a bit of typical Pontefract coming up. So ball is back for a free kick for Richardson. Richardson is controlling the ball at the moment, and now will launch it up. Looking for Owen, who's having a wrestling match with Thompson. Heads it away to Gregelack, who touches it out to O'Connor. Can only send it up into the air. Poole heads it on to Morris, who takes it down, gets it out, flings himself out to the left, and then continues to dribble out to the left. Tries to dribble forward, but Greenough intercepts. Greenough tries the diagonal, but only finds Charlesworth with it. Forward to Poole, who trying to move into the middle, gets it out to Turner. Turner gives it back to Iggulden. 30 minutes gone in this game as it goes out to Charles, who flicks it over the top, look for Poole, and Poole going to get on his man, is shoved over, nothing given for it as it's back with Spratt. Charles will continue to press, and Byrne sends it out to the left, and it's headed away as Poole remains out. I think he went into the fencing, and the game still continues. As well, brings out to Rawson. Rawson controls it, back to Iggulden. I don't think Stockbridge can have any moral basis. Poole returns to the field of play. Looks to find Poole, heads it into the middle to Turner, to Gregelack, who loses the ball, and then Pontefract clear away, and I think Poole will need a bit of treatment despite returning to the pitch. Poole is actually going to continue, going to stretch it a bit and continue. Doncaster Rovers have taken the lead against Carlisle United, with Bailey, the man being on the score sheet. Pontefract on the ball now. Forward looking for Charlton. He takes it down well, gets it caught on his feet for a second though. Greenoff's an overlapping option, and he finds Greenoff well, but then Greenoff goes up, down by himself, and he's wanting a free kick. He's staying down now, Greenoff, as Tinker continues forward, trying to get it to Rawson. Rawson controlling it, keeps it in as he faces up with Watson, covering for Greenoff down at the opposite end of the pitch. Rawson puts the ball in. Rawson looking to Poole trying to get it to the far end, but then man gets it and cleared away. O'Connor heads it towards the edge of the box, goes to Owen, who's there, out to Turner, gets it out to Charlesworth, who doesn't get a good touch on it, but then O'Connor bails him out on that one. O'Connor puts the cross in. Gregelack gets control, takes it behind him though, out towards Rawson on the edge of the box. Gregelack wants it, but Rawson's going to take some curling. It's over from Luke Rawson. There were errors in the build-up play and errors in the defence, but in the end it fell to Luke Rawson, who was looking for that top corner. And for the longest time, the Stocksbridge crowd here at Brackenmore thought it was heading there. In the end, it's just wide of that top right. It remains 0-0 here at Brackenmore. Luke Rawson has come the closest of anyone, though, to breaking the deadlock. Would have been a hell of a goal had he found the top corner. Henderson Churchill leading away at Beverley Town with former Steele Sam Scrivens on the score sheet. Ball goes up. Owen looks to head it away, but just goes to Boyle, and now Charlton on the right, but he's dispossessed. Turning its way, Morris holds it up, turns, now will dribble, but just gets it caught after it bounces upon his knees a few times. Turner has the ball now. He's got out to Charles, who comes forward. He's got a few options. Been urged to shoot. Charles tries to get in the middle, comes on Grezlak, and then it gets to the keeper Richardson. Grezlak was offside anyway, even if he was able to get the right touch in the goal. An update from Dunstan is that Sado Jallo, one of their top strikers, has just been sent off away at Ossett United. That is a huge boost going into those next few games, and though he will obviously be available for our final match of the season away at Dunstan, barring it being a terrible red card. Cross goes in from Pontefract, and Owen heads it away, but first man to it will be Charlton. Back out now to Metcalf, out now to Boyle, looks to control it and evades a tackle and feds it out now to Metcalf, takes a touch, put it in towards the near post and well blocked by Owen. Owen then tripped as he tries to get the ball away, and it will be a free kick. Great block by Elliot Owen. So back now with Townsend. Taking his time with it, Townsend, and it was actually we are more than 30 minutes, probably about 40 minutes. Our clock has stopped as a wrestling match is not penalised once again. As Morris looks to get the ball goes out, will be Stocksbridge throw. I want to correct the clock as I realise it has gone wrong. Morris tries to get back to him, but takes a block and is cleared away. Took a deflection off O'Connor's went through, and Turner gets onto it. 4-2 Connor can't control, and it's out for a throw-in. So Greenoff will have this throw-in, and Pontefract will have a chance to get the ball away. Greenoff launches this upfield, headed away by Owen up into the air, and then O'Connor can only head up into the air again. And then toss over for O'Connor, knocks it forward, Rawson will chase, but it's going to go out to play well before Rawson can get to it. So Greenoff again, long throw to get the ball as far away as possible. Owen will head it away, but Metcalf puts it out, gets it forward, but only to Iggulden. Iggulden out to Poole, tries to flick it on, but doesn't work, and it just ends up in Daniel Burns' feet. Gets it forward into the middle, and trying to get the killer pass to Charlton, but Tinker intercepts. And Grezlak, now Turner, who seems to have seen a lot of the ball today. As Charles juggles it over his man as it gets to Turner. Gets it caught under his feet and loses the ball. Turner lost track of it for a second then, and now sideways to Boyle. Boyle trying to get the ball forward, but blocked it goes, and now back to Metcalf. Out wide to Greenoff. And then to Metcalf. They're trying to look for the killer pass at the moment, Pontefract. And that killer pass was then blocked by O'Connor. Grezlak gets it forward, but cleared, and there's another late one on Turner. And Pontefract's tackling has been so late that you'd call it a bus in Stocksbridge so far. And Turner's going to stay down after that one. And the referee's not penalised any of them with anything more than just foul. So Turner's staying down there. He's just a bit winded and holding his knee, Curtis Turner, as he now will get up, but no card given once again. And it's just how late the tackles are. I'm not even seeing the tackles because they are that late. Because I'm obviously concentrating where the ball's going. I don't actually see the tackles because they're just happening so far behind. Townsend sending the ball forward. Rawson looking to win the ball, but given away by Watson. Goes to Tinker, will return it. Morris will claim it, and it looks like he hasn't been just offside, but the ball didn't bounce favourably for him. Morris has won it. Goes down under the push, and nothing is given. Pontefract will get it out. Morris staying down there. This is now Eagleton on the ball, switching it, looking for Poole, and Poole might have got the better of Spratt here. Controlling the ball, and he looks to get beyond him. Putting the cross in, and for Grace who gets the header, loops, and Richardson able to claim it, and we'll have a stoppage as Morris is remaining down on the left hand side. And once again, it's just something that the referee is not penalised at the time, and Morris has stayed down, hurt because of it. Wimwell Town are now leading against Appleby Frodingham. On Fields end, the man who's put them in the lead. The ball will go forward here, head away by Charlesworth, but then returned by Walker to the left hand side. Drop deep and pull into sets before Burns able to head that ball forward. Out for a Stocksbridge throw though, as we are 44 minutes into this game, closing in on half time, 0-0. Back for Charlesworth, who's lost the ball here, and here come Pontefract coming forward on that left hand side into the middle to Boyle. Controls the ball well, finding Green off, who puts it into the middle to the edge of the box. Morris gets a tackle in. Morris was tripped to get away, and it will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. So we'll see how much added time we'll get in a second for this first half. Waiting. We haven't seen much movement on the board yet. So Townsend just taking his time, going to make sure it's on the right place, his free kick. Here comes the ball going forward. Rawson will look for it, but headed away from him. Poole will get onto the seconds though. Nice little touch, gets it to Charlesworth. Takes a big touch that takes him well far forward, putting the cross in, and then Richardson will claim it at his near post. It's a good claim by Richardson, who's not really been troubled by any of the crosses that the Steels have put in this game. He's taking his time, as we will probably get the half-time whistle soon. Ball going forward, Owen will head it away. Bull then heads it on. Grejlak just missed the touch, control of that, and Spratt comes in and boots it out towards the box. Owen gets the touch. He's wrestled up by Thompson again, nothing given, and now here comes Boyle going forward. Out wide now to Charlton. Charlton putting the ball in, but no one's there for it, and Charlesworth able to clear it. But it's going to be Watson who heads it back into the middle, goes all the way through, went past Dunn though, and Charlesworth has it again. Sending it forward. No one there for that ball forward though, and Burns will claim it and then slices it, and Stocksbridge is going to throw it in a decent position. So now back with Charlesworth to take the throw in. In front of the Andrew Court House line, so we've got 2 minutes added time on.
2 minutes added time.
So throwing towards Wilson, who tries to get out to the right but blocked. It's out for another Steels throw. Can Stocksbridge, just as they did at Newton Aycliffe last Saturday, get a goal just before the end of the half? James Morris got that goal with the header, but the man who made both the goals is not on the pitch today. Danny Deacon injured. On with Charlesworth now for the throw in. Out to Poole, gets it back to Charlesworth. Gets it into the box to Rawson, who's on the right edge of it. Back to Charlesworth. High dangling cross. Turner will try to challenge for the header. He keeps it in the box and then head away by Spratt on the left hand side. And O'Connor tracks it as it goes over his head. He has to just knock it back. Eagleton gets it out, and he'll have to give it back to Townsend, who takes the touch, sending it forward. Rawson will look to challenge, but Spratt able to head it away, and forward it goes to Metcalf. Turner trying to get to it, and Turner will win that ball. Gets out to Morris, who controls. Moves into the middle, back to O'Connor, who knocks it over the top. Jack Tinkle will look to challenge for it, but headed away by Watson. And then Charlton will click deep to make sure we don't go for a throw, and then he does a nice little clearance away. Grejlak will challenge for it, but well won by Bailey Thompson, who gets out to the right, and there's a chance for Pontefract to get the counter on. But Petticoff, he tried the diagonal, just as Charlton was making a brilliant run to his right-hand side. Completely missed Charlton on a really good run. Ball forward here, looking for Paul, goes forward. Spratt heads to head it back to Richardson, and he does, and that will be the end of the half. It's 0-0 here. Pontefract had a really nice little possession of play where they had a few set pieces that challenged Ben Townsend. He had to make a good save from Bailey Thompson. But then Stocksbridge have had a lot of control of the match. Luke Rawson's come close, having sent the ball just over the bar, while Paul Iggulden has hit the bar. We will see you in 15 minutes for the rest of this game. Thank you very much. We'll see you then. and welcome back to Brackenmore for this Northern Premier League East match between Stocksbridge Park Seals and Pontefract Collieries. It is 0-0 here after what was a back and forth game. Both teams had the spells of domination. Both teams were thinking we really could have taken the lead and could have been a very different match had that happened. So it looks like there'll be no changes for either team as we get ready for the second half. Pontefract ready to get us underway. And here come Pontefract. So the game has now kicked off for the second half, with Pontefract immediately kick it forward. Pontefract are in their claret and blue shirts, claret shorts and sky blue socks, kicking from right to left, while Stocksbridge Park Steels are in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from left to right. Ball is just going forward from Townsend. Anyway, we'll go through the teams for you shortly as Tinker hooks that one away. Poole heads on to Rawson, who controls it well, gets it out to left to O'Connor. O'Connor coming forward. He's been held up a bit though as it goes back to Turner, then to O'Connor, who's going to get pushed over. No free kick given, and then eventually one's given Pontefract's way, and hey, O'Connor ragged out the way as well after that kick that was given. So a free kick here. Oh look, we've got a very rare sight of Harry Verity in the crowd. Not often we see him here. As the ball goes out from Reef Richardson. Headed away though by Tinker and on, and goes out for a throw-in. Pontefract have the ball in the opposition half of this throw, and Greenough will go for the long throw here. He's going to actually give it short here to Dunn. Back to Greenoff, taking the touch, puts the cross in, look for that near post, and it's just going to go out to play. Thompson was giving a good shove on Owen to try and get to the ball as well. So back with Townsend now is quite a subdued Brackenmore at the moment. Not the biggest crowd of the season, unfortunately. Townsend sending it forward, looking for Ralston. Gets Watson coming right from the back, but not spotted by the referee again. We're starting much in the same way as we did the first. Out now for a Pontefract throw-in right on the halfway line. Greenoff launching it forward. Headed away and cleared away. And Ralston's been held again, flicks it on, but only to Burns, who just sliced up into the air. Poole gets hit, flicks up in the air again, but knocked away from him, goes back to Iggledy, takes the chest, got a man on, and he can only launch it back once again up into the air. Poole's getting ragged around there. He goes back to Turner, look forward. Morris, he's got the better of his man, moves into the box on the right hand side, tries to find Rawson, but blocked before it can get to him. Daniel Burns to the block. It is a corner kick for Stocksbridge. Turner going over to take it. This would normally be a Danny Deakin corner from that side, but he's injured. Turner on both sides. No Thomas Poole taking corners, which is a surprise considering he was the specialist in it last year. Yeah. So Turner, arm up, and now corner in. Goes on, headed up into the air by Pontefract, and it's going to go to the edge box where the Ponty are able to get it away. Out to Dunn, who's looking to turn. The Steels are slowing down enough to be able to get the men back, and then Poole back. Really good interception by Poole. Then quickly on the diagonal, look for Rawson, but Greenoff wins that ball, and then Watson clears it up into the air. It goes, and touchdown well, and Connor tried to get a foot onto it, but cleared away, and now out to right, and Charlton might have the better of his man. Tinker just a bit too high up. Charlton gets it, facing up with Tinker now, trying to put the ball in, blocked by Tinker. Throw in on the right, not far from the flag. So now Ponty will have the long throw opportunity with Greenoff close to the flag. The Steels will have another difficult one to defend, not something you want to defend when you know you desperately can't concede. Pontefract are taking their time with ease as well, because I think he'll be happy with the point. They would be 2 points above Heaton Stannington in 19th with this point. Launch into the box, and Turner will head it away. It didn't look like any Pontefract players were attacking now. It's going to go out for another throw-in though. Greenoff will have another long throw opportunity. And here he goes again. He's going to get it into the box, head towards the edge of the area, and Greshak gets it caught under his feet, but the second time asking does clear it out, and Paul will get it, and he can't get it past Metcalf though. Will go out for a Ponty throw. And we're right now to bring it off. Greenough taking his time, and now big launch downfield. Owen heads it away. Poole gets it onto Tinko, gets through a second, and then there's a foul in the middle of that as it just came away, and it will be a Stocksbridge free kick. Got attendance here, attendance of 203 here at Brackenmore today, so thank you very much to everyone who's in attendance for this match. Townsend now launches this one upfield. Rawson brings it down, just almost got it into the box, but a last-ditch tackle from Watson gets it away. It stays in, Watson clears it away, only to Turner, who first time sends it up into the air, headed away from him, back to Turner, who gets it out towards Tinker, who's going to use his pace to get down that left-hand side, and then eventually just can't keep it in play. He ends up dribbling it out. In the end, it's a Pontefract throw-in. Disappointing the way that ended for the Steels. Launched forward, controlled down, and O'Connor clicks in the middle now to Morris, who then just dribbles into Elliot Walker. Pontefract cleared it out to Stocksbridge, and now we get it forward. It's Rawson. His control almost loses it for him, but he keeps it. Now he's facing towards goal, going down the left wing, trying to hold it up. Foot goes in from Charlton, that gets it away. Rawson goes down to the challenge, but it's going to be a Pontefract free kick again. Back now with Richardson to take. Taking his time with it, Richardson. We are 51 minutes into this game. Remains 0-0. It's more subdued second half than what we got in the first. I think Pontefract trying to just suck the air out of the match at the moment. As the ball goes long, Owen looks to knock it away. Greshak controls, gives it back to Charles if he has a bit of space. He's going to be pressed though, and he has to just send one down the line over the top of Spratt. Greshak trying to challenge for it. Not away from him, but it goes to Poole. Gives it forward to Greshak, and the offside flag goes upon him. Greshak just not using his line discipline properly and didn't get back. Poole had to release the pass there. I don't think he'd been able to release it even a tenth of a second later. Not been any goals in the second half in the North from the East yet. It's surprising. Just noticed Santa for leading 1-0 against Golcar, which is a bit of a surprise scoreline. Golcar, really good team, could be joining us in our division next year. As Richardson sends it long, headed on into the box, but Owen gets it away to Greshak, has to get it back to Charles, but wide Charles can only send it into the hoardings. It's a throw-in for Pontefract, and Greenough comes over to take it. This is the tactic for Pontefract. Get the ball into the channels, earn a throw-in, and they'll get Greenough to just chuck it in. Ashington have equalised against Emily. Josh Gilchrist the scorer. Huge goal that. Ball goes into the 6-yard area. Owen heads it away. Goes to the edge area and spread out to Greenough again. Greenough once again on his right. Just about keeps it in, falls as he does so. Dunn gets it through the legs of Poole. But the pass forward just goes to Townsend. Stocksbridge just a bit of sleep at the moment. But Townsend looks to wake him up with a big ball forward. Quick ball to Morris. Morris will get the knock over. Will that fall into the bar? Yes, it does! Ben Townsend gets the assist. Launches it up. Bouncing ball that Morris is able to lob the goalkeeper. The entirety of Brackenmore held its breath as they waited to see would it dip on the bar. Yes, it does. James Morris gets his second goal in 2 games and the Steels lead.
Goal for Stocksbridge, number 10, James Morris.
A brilliant goal. Townsend with his very first assist for the club. And he cheered it like he'd scored it himself back in his own penalty box. A great spot by him, and now Thompson will head it forward as Pontefract look to get the ball forward, but it's just going to go back to Townsend. We'll update all the score. So we just got to get on Twitter as well, because I'm controlling the Twitter today. So if we get them trying to get the ball forward, but it's just going to go back to Watson. And out wide, and Tinker able to get it away. Goes back to Watson, who sends it forward. Owen heads it away out to Turner. Back to Tinker. Takes the touch. Out now wide to Tinker. Ball forward just gets blocked and is back with Walker, but he only returns it into the defence where Owen is able to get it. Nice little touch from him. Send it forward. Look for the run of Morris once again, but that's blocked off. And then O'Connor's committed a foul and will be a free kick to Pontefract. So back now with Pontefract for this free kick. 10 yards in Stocksbridge half on the right hand side. Ball's going to go into the box. Townsend out to claim it. He does. He gets a bit of afters there as well from Daniel Burns, and Townsend will stay down after that one. Very surprised that we didn't get penalisation for that one. But this is just the referees haven't really done much to it yet. So there is no goalkeeper on the bench for Stocksbridge today. He'd have cleared off Philandris training with Townsend beforehand, who's been the keeper for the reserves today. Liv Phillips will go on streaming. I think Townsend just holding the back of his head. So a concerning sight here. Tom Charles, who's with the referee, and he's like making the point that you've not penalised Pontefract all day for this sort of foul, and now look what's happened. Liv is now going to be told the okay to come on, as Townsend will get treatment. Rotherham United are 2-0 down. Doyle will sort again for Crawley. Some other goals to tell you about, which is not helping all, is that Newton Aycliffe are 1-0 up on Garth of Aaron Brown, the score. That's not a great scoreline for us, but right now, score stand with us leading, we will be moving up to 5th place. So, treatment continues for Ben Townsend. Pontefract fans are jeering here. Townsend not happy with the lines tonight for not spotting that, what he thought was a foul. Will now get up, and the game will resume. The Pontefract need to get back on the pitch quickly because they were all having their water drinks, but then Liv Phillips has to get off the pitch first as well. She's not exactly rushing, Liv Phillips. Liv is a very good footballer in his own right. She played for the University of Sheffield, I believe it was, in the varsity game and scored the winning goal this week. I will take it because I don't want to get the wrong university. I didn't check which uni it was. That's forward off the back. Ball goes to Rawson. Out to Grezlak, and Grezlak just was gone out a bit too quick for him. It goes out for Pontefract throwing. Spin out, and then Eagledon heads it away and goes out to Turner, who gets it forward looking for Rawson. Head out to the right to Spratt, but he clears it away. Owen tried to get out to right to Charles, but being caught out by Dunn, who booms it forward looking for Charlton, but it's a well won by Tinker, who's then able to get it away. Goes out for a Pontefract throw-in. Sorry, Liv Phillips scored the winner for Sheffield Hallam against the University of Sheffield in varsity. So she's just found football, and now Grezlak could get onto a counter. He gets on the ball first as he's facing on with a few men. Tries to play the ball into the middle, but it's loose, and Charlton back and clears it. Owen looks to win it, but he's been shoved over. Nothing given. Advantage is now given. Turner goes forward with it. Outright to Charlesworth. Charlesworth forward to Turner. Turner gets outright to Thomas Poole, who takes the touch. Putting the ball into the middle. Good ball, but cleared away by Watson. Poole transfer heads it back into the box. Easy enough now for Boyle to clear it away. And then Thompson, big header, just ends up putting his own defence under pressure there. 59 minutes gone. 1-0 to the Steels. Bradford Park Avenue have equalised as Cleethorpes down. Jordan Preston has scored. So back now with Charlesworth. In the middle to Rawson. Troubles gets it down to the right. The tackle goes in and it's a corner kick to Stocksbridge. Another big chance for the Steels to double the lead, ease the nerves. Tom Brennan has just scored for Pennington Church, 2-0 against Beverley Town in the Northern Counties. Pennington Church trying to make a late push for the playoffs. Just Turner out the ball on that corner, quarter circle, and now we'll launch ball in. It's a poor corner and easily headed away by Watson, who's the only man around the ball. Gets out to Dunn, who turns well and got a bit of space in front of him and gets away from a couple of tackles from O'Connor and Iggulden. Out towards the left-hand side, and Tinker fights for it, and great physical work from Tinker, who just wins that physical battle with Louis Charlton. He goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. Now back with Charlesworth for the throw-in. Charlesworth gets the ball back and then launches it up. Morris will chase, but Watson should have that covered, and he's actually just going to let that bounce out for a throw-in. Out now for Spratt to take the throw. Spratt taking his time with it, and now we'll send it forward. Charlesworth gets the header on, and it comes out for another throw-in. Sheffield Wednesday have equalised against Cardiff City. Michael Hihekwe, the scorer. Charles van der Ball now for Stocksbridge sends it over the top. This Gresham could get at this, but Burns gets a header and then volleys it away. And it's going to go to Poole, who heads it on to O'Connor, who's trying to get it down. He's taking him well wide of the goal now. Moves it on to his right. He's thinking of the shot, and then spins around, gets out left now to Morris. Morris control it. Finds O'Connor again. O'Connor drills it across the 6-yard area, and Richardson claims it. Good play from Stocksbridge. Really nice football, but weren't able to create the killer opportunity. Sheffield FC have got one back against Liversedge. Luke Mangum has scored for the oldest club. He'll head ball away and Greshak just miscontrols, and now he's contact on the ball. Mikey Dunn face up with Charlton and then goes to the diagonal looking for Charlton, who's having to drop deep to collect it. And Morris is the man defending him at the moment. Trying to get beyond Morris, and he does do so. Tinker's though watching carefully to make sure that cross doesn't go in. Gets it back into midfield, and then out it goes to Walker, who's trying to evade Greshak. Out to right, ball going to go into the box, but Owen heads it away. But Greenough, the first man onto it. Greenough moves into the box, onto the right, puts the ball across, and it's a very poor cross. That might have been a shot as well. We don't know what it is, but it is a goal kick. And here comes a former Steel that a lot of Stockbridge fans will be familiar with. Ife Afebu is coming on. He's going to be replacing Louis Charlton, who I actually think is Pontefract's most dangerous player. Afebu, who led the scoring charts for the Steels when they last made the playoffs 2 years ago. He heads onto the pitch now. Faber was a very, very dangerous player, and certainly a nice little option to have off the bench when you are losing 1-0. Townsend sends the ball long, but headed away by Burns. Faber was looking to fight for the ball with Jack Tinker, his former teammate, but Tinker wins that battle because it's a Steel's throw. Back now. Tinker will launch it down, looking for Rawson, who brings it down well. Back to Tinker. We'll let you know, by the way, about Pontefract's placing in the relegation zone, or in it. We haven't looked yet. In a second. As Tinker's done really well and gets burst down left and clear right back to Tinker. Gets passed forward to Gresham, flicks down to Rawson. Appeals for offside. Oh, and the appeal is given. Stocksbridge really not happy about that decision. North Ferriby have equalised against Carlton Town, which is 1-1 there. And that is actually helpful, really, to the Steels in a way. Means Carlton aren't equal on points with us anymore. Stocksbridge remain in 5th place. Pontefract are just a point above the relegation zone and 1 place above it as well, as results stand. And actually, looking at it, Pontefract could go into that relegation zone if Stocksbridge get 2 more goals. And Pontefract have just won a free kick to left-hand side for a tackle, and that is a surprising decision. Even Joe Lumsden, the assistant manager's got a grin on his face going, we got one there. So it's Jack Boyle standing over this free kick. And a big opportunity for Pontefract. Look towards that far post, but it's over everyone and out for a goal kick. A waste of a set piece there. And Jack Boyle is very unhappy. That was some interesting swear words from Jack Boyle, as he was very unhappy with that set piece not having anyone even trying to get on it seemed. 66 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels. Now Townsend will, as you'd expect, take his time with this. So back with Townsend now. He launches that upfield. But he's just going to go out to play. It's a bit of really disappointing effort in the end. Greenoff launches it down, and then that's also very disappointing because that throw-in just goes right out of play for a Stocksbridge throw. Not seen any Stocksbridge substitutes yet. I'm actually not sure who you would move around at this point, which is probably why he hasn't done any, but might see some soon. Just its legs start to tire. As that ball ricochets into the middle, Pontefract win the second. Ball launched over the top. It's just bounced away from Mikey Dunn, but he has got it now. Control it well, moves it onto his right, takes a shot, blocked by Eagledon. And then Turner comes in to win the ball, and he just gets that one out for a throw-in. Going to be a Greenoff throw. One of the Stocksbridge fans here throws it into the hoardings before getting it out to Spratt, who's actually going to leave this throw and take it himself. Back to Spratt it goes. Trying to see it beyond O'Connor, putting the cross in, goes to Afebu, but it's Owen who takes the touch and he's going to go out for a goal kick. I think Afebu taking the last touch, according to the referee. Doncaster Rovers are 2-0 upon Carlisle United. Gibson the scorer. And some more goals to tell you about. Sherwood Colliery are 4-0 up on Brighouse. Alexander Dumeyu has got the latest for Sherwood. What a result that is for them. And Michael Pearson has equalised for Dunstan. Well, they're down to 10 men in there. And Bishop Auckland are down to 10 men against Belper. John Howard has been given his marching orders. As Watson just launches one into the field opposite us. Nash Butterworth has been sent for warm-ups. So back now, throwing Tinker to take. Throwing. He's now into the box to Morrison. Back to Tinker. Ball going into the box and then headed away for Charles. Goes back to Poole, who takes a shot. It's blocked and it will go out for a corner. That's actually James Morrison to the shot. There is a big scoreline happening. Ashington are leading 2-1 against Emley. So that's Ashington who are pulling them away from that bottom four with that scoreline. Emley getting plunged back in to that playoff battle, really. They're only 5 points off Emley as results stand. Here's a corner kick for Stocksbridge. Turner to take. Looped in towards the back post and Richardson has to claim it underneath his bar. Richardson rushing out quickly here, then Pontefract do want to get a counter-attack going. Launch forward here, sails over O'Connor, could be an opportunity as Mikey Dunn goes forward. He's got Tinker to go through, Dunn goes through, Dunn into the box. What a tackle, Jack Tinker! It could even be a goal kick, it is a goal kick. Tinker with a sliding tackle that comes off Dunn last. Jack Tinker, he waited for the perfect moment, because Dunn maybe should have been penalised a bit because he didn't take the perfect opportunity. He didn't really go for it, he was waiting for it to get to 100% perfect for him. Instead, and Jack Tinker able to get the great sliding tackle in. And it's going to be back now for Townsend to take the goal kick. Townsend sending it forward. Going to go for Greenough. It bounces over Greenoff's head. Morris will challenge and Greenough has to just send it out for a throw. 70 minutes gone in this game. Tinker to have the throw in. Tinker throwing it forward to Turner, controlling, trying to get down that left hand side, trying to get to the touchline, and tackle goes in from Pontefract, but then it's Rawson play gets it back, trying to find Morris, but miscued, and now Pontefract clear. But back to Owen, who Jake takes it forward. His pass forward blocked, and it is going to be a Stocksbridge throw in. York City are leading 3-0 against Wealdstone. Pierce has scored from the spot. Throw it forward to Morris, but he can't get it back to Tinker yet. Then he does, and then Tinker gets the ball forward, blocked by a Faber. Actually, I know it's been given as a Pontefract throw. It must have come from Morris last. Even Richards was a bit outfoxed by that now. Pontefract will retain possession. Greenough will have the throw. Big launch. Greenough, he seems to have got caught in the air as well a bit. There's a head forward. Watson trying to get it, being held there by Watson, and nothing given. And the fans are getting incredibly upset because none of those have been caught by the ref. Gets to O'Connor now, who tries to chip it over, but Watson can only send it out for another throw. Back now for Tinker to take the throw in. Tinker just looking at his options. No one's peeled out for him just yet. Now they come. But instead he's going to try and get it into the box. It's to Rawson, who turns and then tries to get the pass, but it's blocked, and then a clearance is blocked, but then Pontefract get it back, and now it's a counter-attack opportunity. Mikey Dunn coming down this left-hand side, and he's brought down by Charles, but the foul's being given here, and it's getting difficult for Stocksbridge. It feels like two different games are being played here. As James Morris remains down in the box against the end. The referee is not spotted yet, as James Morris is still struggling to get up here in the penalty box, and eventually Abu Desai has stopped it, but I think he stopped it because Ian Richards has stepped onto the pitch. Morris is now up again and able to get back on, but Abu Desai is going to talk to Ian Richards here. And Abu Desai had not spotted James Morris on the floor. Ian Richards has gone onto the pitch shouting, and now Desai is going to talk to him about it. So back to Richardson, as Abu Desai is not the most popular man here. Richardson launching that ball forward. And Greenough is able to head it into the box. Thompson almost get onto it, but Rawson defends, appeals for a handball, but Rawson just about clears it away. It's a throw-in. So now Greenough will have one of his trademark long throws. He had a short option that was coming towards him, but that's not been taken, and now here comes a long throw in. Tinker gets the first head onto it, then Watson gets another head, gets it back to Greenough, who puts the cross in. It's a good looking cross. Townsend can only punch it, and then O'Connor is able to stab it away. It's gone out of play anyway for a goal. Well, actually, I think it's offside has been given, sorry. And it is going to be a Stockbridge free kick. 73 minutes gone. 1-0 to the Steels through that James Morris goal. Doncaster Rovers are 3-0 up on Carlisle now. And Heaton Stannington are in the lead against Grimsby Borough. So that means as results stand, Pontefract Collieries will drop into the bottom four. Ball goes forward here, and Rawson fires, heads it forward, goes to Morris. Morris, the offside flag I think has gone up, and it will be a free kick. It's the Ringman's in town, not it's been in the town actually playing today. I don't know if they're getting being called off or anything. I'll check that one for you guys. As Christian sends the ball forward, but it's a poor one, just goes right out to play. And out for a throw. So no game was scheduled, it seems, or Bradley today, which was a surprise. Pontefract trying to build now, but they've just misplayed for Gresh likes won it, but then as he got it to Morris, he's lost the ball and he's going out for a Pontefract throw in. So just letting Pontefract having a bit too much of the ball now. They pull forward, try to spread it out, but then Charles, with a massive interception, gets it out to Thomas Poole. Thomas Poole now will try and get forward, but he's holding up the ball now on the right wing, waiting for his reinforcements. Poole doubling back and into the middle. Nice little pass to Turner. Looking to find Grejlak. Great pass to Grejlak. Grejlak puts it into the middle, but no one's there for it, and Greenough able to clear as he drops it towards the centre. Goes to Dunn, who looks to turn, but then Poole wins the ball off him. Charles forward to Turner. Turner avoids the tackle really nicely of Oliver Metcalf. Now out to Alex O'Connor. O'Connor moving in centrally, then back to Jack Tinker. Tinker forward to Rawson. Trying to get out to the left, but instead of after returning back to Tinker. Taking the touch. Forward. Right foot across in, and then Grejlak brings it back. Morris takes a strike, great save! Then it's back, Rawson takes a touch. Rawson shoots! Rawson! Double the lead! And is that the 3 points staying at Brackenmore? Morris's initial volley was well saved by Heath Richardson, but Rawson got the second attempt, slams it home. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Luke Rawson, a really good strike.
Luke Rawson!
And now Pontefract have it all to do if they want to avoid dropping into the bottom 4 today.
Well played, Steels! Keep it going, lads!
Just exactly what Stocksbridge needed. Because some of the nerves you could just see were starting to get into the team, and Pontefract was starting to see more of the ball, more get forward. You know, Mikey did a big chance where Jack Tinker put a last-ditch tackle in, and it looks like Pontefract will be making a substitute shortly. We get Gavin Roffery heading on, but that won't be yet. And now the game resumes. Heelan heading the ball away, and Watson will knock it out to Greenough, then back to Watson. Rawson will press as it goes back to Richardson, who launches it forward. Charles gets the touch side forward. Rawson can't touch it. Morris might nip onto it. Bounce in favour of Morris. Morris gets it. Keeper's in no man's line. Morris just needs to play it back. He's delayed it too much here. Morris takes a shot. Headed off the line and over for a corner. Just made it. James just took a bit too long there to really take advantage of the Pontefract defence being at 6s and 9s, but it is a corner kick for the Steels. Now, so it's Curtis Turner heading over to take the corner. Chesterfield 1-0 up on Barra. Jacobs has scored. So here comes Turner. Ball in, and it's going to just go out to play on top of the net. It's a poor from Turner. Here comes some substitutes for Stockbridge. Harrison Poulter is going to come on for the Steels. He's going to replace the Gutman who just scored, Luke Rawson.
9, Luke Rawson. Is 16, Harrison Poulter.
The local lad who hails from Ecclesfield, just over a mile away. He comes on. Pontefract. Coming off. He's replaced by Gavin.
And replacing number 5, Adam Watson.
Oh, and Adam Watson is also he's going to be replaced by Josh Lindley. So 2 subs for Pontefract as they look to get back into this game in any way they can. One ball from Richardson. Forward. Wilden will head it away. Grejlak battling for it, but loses out on the ball. Now forward to Roffery. Controls the ball well. Being forced backwards though by Poole's press. Back to Spratt who gets the ball in the middle, but O'Connor intercepts forward to Grejlak. Space has opened up here. Grejlak dribbling forward into that space. Poulter's drifted left wide, and Poulter gets the ball now. Being forced further wide, Poulter. trying to face on, trying to get past Lindley, and he does get past Lindley, but he ends up taking out play. Nice idea for Paul Turgis, unfortunately didn't work out. Barnsley have had an equaliser scored against them by Wigan Athletic as a Moa scorer. So the ball now back with the goalkeeper. Over the throw in for Greenoff, and ball goes forward, and Owen looking to tackle it, gets a touch out, and then Tinker will come forward with it. Spins out of a challenge by Roffery. Now drilling forward, here comes Tinker. What a run from Jack Tinker before Greenoff then comes in with a tackle and clears it away. And on the top, Eagledon will get it and sends it forward and headed away then. Out to Turner, who loses the ball. Lefebvre will get it and sends it forward. Now for Thompson, who lays off well, and now out to the left here. Mikey Dunn's coming forward. Charles are having to deal with him here. Mikey Dunn trying to curl it into the box, and Tinker will head it away. Goes to Charles, a touch forward to Greg, who clears it out. Morris will press. Makes another awkward bounce, headed away by the keeper. Hull thinking that would be the first one onto it, but instead it's Burns who's able to boot it away. Goes all the way back down to Townsend. 80 minutes gone in this game, 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. More goals to tell you about. Cleethorpes are 2-1 up on Bradford Park Avenue. Josh Walker has scored, and Ashington are now 3-1 up on Emley. Ryan Wunwelf scored. Ball going forward, headed away, and it's going to be Poole who heads it forward before it's cleared out. Only back to Turner, who takes a touch, then back to Charles Duffy. Doesn't get his punt forward right, and he goes out for a throw-in. Who sends it forward, and then it's been blocked by Grezlak, but ball's been lost back into Boyle, who then goes under a push by Grezlak, and it's a free kick. So back now with Richardson to take. Pontefract having to throw absolutely everything at it to get back into this one. Going forward, and it's a poor one, and Townsend will claim it. Ball goes all the way forward. He's going to go. Bolton might get to it. No, and Richardson able to claim it. Ball was forward. It's a poor clearance. Almost ends up at O'Connor, but in the end, Richardson's able to claim it back. Richardson sends it forward. It's going to go over Ibu's head though, and Stocksbridge get the ball back through his throw-in. And now looks like Mohsin Mohammed is going to be heading on now. He's going to be the throw of the dice. Probably the last one, because the only person left to defend. He's going to be replacing Mikey Dunn.
17, Mohsin Mohammed.
We did look lively against Stocksbridge when we faced them at their place at the very start of this month. Stocksbridge now are looking for a clean sheet, and it's been a while since Pontefract have scored here at Stocksbridge. 2019 was the last time Pontefract scored here, when they won 5-0 against Chris Hilton's Steel side. And they'll be looking to end that hoodoo here as Charles have knocked it on. Back into the middle as Walker spreads it out, looking for a favour, but well won by Tinker, who heads it out. Lindley will just like to go out for a throw-in. Throws it quickly out to Greenoff. Greenoff taking the touch, sending it forward. Owen will head it away, and out it goes, and will be out, just go all the way back to Townsend. That's what, if Stockbridge do keep a clean sheet in this game, Townsend, well, Stockbridge as a whole, Townsend 8+1 from Garman, Harry Garman that is, will have 19 clean sheets this season. That will match the amount we got in the 2007-8 season when we were promoted from the playoffs. Anytime we've had this amount of clean sheets, we have been promoted. Out now to Walker. Spreads it out to Roffery, and out wide to Greenough. Back it goes, and almost won here as Greenough then collects it. And then has been won by Morris. Morris is then going to go through. Morris moving into the box. Morris to finish the game off. He kills it. Here it goes. Morris scores and gets his second of the game. And that has finished this one off. The Steels are 3-0 up. And Morris has got his second today. And that should wrap that one up. Lovely finish from James Morris. He's very wide on as he moves into the left-hand side of the box, but he uses his right, curls it in. It's not the quickest finish in the world, but it does make its way in, and it's 3-0.
Score for Stocksbridge, number 10, James Morris.
Lovely effort from James Morris. And it's 3-0 here at Brackenmore. And considering how tight the scorelines are, and gold, for instance, points in that table at the moment, this could really matter having the 3-0 win rather than a 1-0 win. I think Stocksbridge will get the rest of the subs on shortly to give them a chance to play in the last few minutes. But keeping the clean sheet is now very important, and as it goes out for a Stocksbridge goal kick, ball looking for a favour. Nearly 86 minutes gone in this game. James Morris with 2, Luke Rawson with 1. And Townsend picking up his very first assist for the club. Ball going forward, and Poulter's going to try and chase it. He'd love to get his first league goal. Only have one for the Seals so far. It was against Woolwell Town in the cup, but it's cleared away from him. Goes to a Fabu, who's going to get beyond Tinker, but then he's well rescued here by O'Connor, and now cleared away. Poulter brings it down really nicely on the left-hand side. Looks for Morris, blocked, but back with Poulter. Holds it up now, ball looking for Poole. Poole gets it, the offside flag goes up. The entirety of the Pontefract defence had paused knowing that was going to happen. And here comes Ash Butterworth, who's going to come on now for Stocksbridge. He's going to replace Oliver Greslak. Stocksbridge's regular from the bench. So here comes the substitution. Ash Butterworth makes his way on. Stocksbridge have had really good performance in Pontefract this season. It's now 7-0 on aggregate against Pontefract for the season. What an opponent they have been. Ball forward from Richardson, goes out, and Butterworth will head it away. Goes to Morris. Back to Turner, flicks forward to Poulter. Gets on his right, but then Greenough able to head it out. Goes to Metcalf, who clears it up front looking for a Fabu, but Tinker will head away and it goes out for the throw-in. Bad day for Rotherham. They're 3-0 down at Crawley Town. Houlihan the latest scorer. And Bradford Park Avenue have equalised against Cleethorpes. Miles Lebestide has scored. And Leighton Hopper has made it 3-0 to Heaton Stannington against Grimsby Borough. Brilliant result for Heaton Stannington, now getting out of the bottom 4. Pontefract in that bottom 4 now. It's a nightmare day for them as they head into that relegation zone. Stocksbridge clear the ball out, but it goes to a Faber on the right hand side. Now back it goes into midfield, and with Linley now gets it to a Fabu. Linley now to Roffery, avoiding pressure from Butterworth. Into middle, they've got a bit of space here as Boyle has it now. Now gets it out to Mohammed. First time I've seen him on the ball since coming on. Facing up with Charlesworth, looking for that far post. Chester down. Here comes Boyle, takes a shot and hits the post. Charlesworth now has the ball. He's trying to get the ball away. Foot goes in. It's going to be a goal kick as Mohammed gets the tackle in. Boyle almost. ruining Ben
Today's
Townsend's clean
attendance
sheet.
is 203. Thank you all for your support today.
So 3-0 to Stocksbridge here. As the game comes close to its end. 89 minutes gone in it so far. Baltus forward sends it to a Fabu, but then Tinker able to get a foot in, clear away. Butterworth will challenge, but Walker gets it out to Mohammed. Avoids a trip there from 2 players, but then a foul has been given Pontefract to end. I wonder if it's the intention of the trip that. So back it goes now with Boyle. Ball control. The ball's just moving because of the wind in. Must have be a bit stronger than enough on the ground there as ball goes into the box. Owen heads out only to the right hand side. Ball in again, but Owen heads away again to Walker. He's going to loft one, and Townsend will watch it as it bounces out of play, and it will be a goal kick. 90 minutes gone. We don't know how much at a time yet has been given, as Leeds United are 2-1 up on Swansea City. Willie Nyonto has scored. And Brighouse have got a consolation showed Colliery. Reece Platter the scorer. There will be 2 minutes of added time, and by our count, we've had 40 seconds of it already. Well, anyway, Faber will control it, but and O'Connor just hooks it out. Will be a throw-in. Coins quickly taken back to Greenoff, sending it out. Looking for Mohammed, but Charles is able to head it away into midfield to Rothroop at wide to the right, not long, but Eagledon can just chest that down, takes it past his man, will keep it in, and then with his right will send it forward. He's looking for the run of Morris, but Greenoff collects it. No, but Poulter's got it. Poulter sends it forward. He's going to try and get onto his pass forward. Does do so. Moves into the box, but then misses Hughes' pass. He didn't get anything off, and Pontefract able to clear. Could have been 4 if Poulter had got that one right. Greenoff gets out, looking for Fabu, but Tinker got the block in, and it will be a throw-in. Out on the right now. Played Pontefract have the ball and into midfield and all the way back now to Richardson. Richardson, who has now conceded 8 goals to Stocksbridge this season, including that game at Cleethorpes Camp at the very start of the year. And that will be it. What a second half performance from the Seals. Ben Townsend's ball forward, and James Morris, who lobbed the goalkeeper, that made it 1-0. Luke Rawson then slammed the ball home to make it 2-0. And then finally, James Morris with a lovely finish. He finished the match off, made it 3. It is the perfect second half performance from the Steels, and that wrapped the game up. It sends Pontefract into the bottom 4. They will be concerned that Northern Counties football is heading their way next year. Stocksbridge Park Steels, though, looks like with the results as they are heading into the playoffs and 5th place. Thank you very much to everyone who's been listening. I've been Adam Allcroft, and we will see you for next Saturday's game away at Belper. What a massive game that is between 5th and 6th. We'll see you then. Thank you very much. Good night.